Ladies and gents, I may have made the world's most ironic purchase. That is included in everything I spent money on in July, but I also wanted to share a book I read that has me thinking about things in a whole new way. Let's go. In case you missed the memo, I am tracking my purchases this year to try get a handle on them and just see where all my money is going. And I also want to share the ongoing journey of someone who has been through the KonMari method, someone who is trying to live a more minimalist life and what that is really like. Because it's not straightforward and it's not magazine worthy. It can be difficult to stick to and there are obstacles. And stores like Target and Dollar Tree. This is real life, my real life. I don't include groceries or utility bills or anything like that because I consider those essentials. You know, minimalists have to eat too. These are things over and above the general cost of living. The first thing I bought in July was a dustpan for $3.50 in Aldi. And it's crap because it's curved. So I ended up going to Dollar Tree to buy another one. Always check that your dustpans are flat before you buy them. Poor Scout just thought she was terrible at sweeping. She could not understand why the floor wasn't getting any cleaner. I could return it, but it's Aldi, so I know I'd only end up spending another fortune if I went there. Next is the ironic purchase. I bought a lifetime subscription to Simplify magazine. In my defense, it is actually digital. It's a digital magazine, so it's not going to be taking up any physical space in my home. It's actually an online magazine, so it won't even be taking up space on my laptop. And it was only $20 for a lifetime subscription, including all past issues. So it was a bargain. I mean, I haven't actually read it yet, but still, bargain. It also included a free 30-day e-course on simplifying, which means that I have been receiving an additional email into my inbox every single day since. I'm not sure I thought this purchase through properly. Then I spent $1.40 at the library for overdue book fines. These don't bother me. You know, I love libraries and I try to promote them and support them as much as I can. You know, I do try to avoid overdue book fines, especially because I know somebody else is probably waiting for that book. But overall, I consider these donations to a worthy cause. Plus, without libraries, the amount I spend each month would be higher. And the book that I am going to be talking about in a minute is a library book. Libraries change lives, people. Do yourself a favor and get yourself into your local one. Okay, the next one was a big one, but almost an essential. I spent $1,550 on return flights for me and Scout to Ireland. We are getting ready to fly back there for a visit in just a few days, and I am already panicking about all of the things that I want to do before I go. But anyway, those flights were actually very reasonably priced. I think they're the cheapest flights I've managed to find so far, and definitely the benchmark by which I will be measuring all future flights to Ireland. Next up was Dollar Tree. Now, I go there for food and drink for the tubs that I leave outside for delivery people. So I try and blinker myself to everything else in the store. But, of course, that stuff is at the very back corner. Anyway, I went in recently and they had a big giant box of books set up right inside the door. There was nothing I could do. Still, I do love what I picked up, which was 2 of these. I bought 2 because I'll probably use one for, you know, like a giveaway or something, but they're so fun. They are called Grumpy, and essentially what they are is activity books for when you are feeling grumpy to cheer yourself up. They're made by a company called Moodles, which I assume is shorthand for Moody Doodles. I just thought they'd make great gifts. They had 2, so I picked them both up, only $1 each. According to the back, they also make ones for when you are stressed and when you are happy. I also picked up this card because I thought it was cute. That's allowed, right? 50 cents. And then I managed to actually get the food and drink for the tubs. That cost me about $33. It also cost me a fingernail, which snapped off when I was trying to pack the drinks in that bag. The agony. The hidden costs beyond the dollar amount. Next up was Target. I know. Scout needed a new pair of shoes. And then when I got there, I of course decided that she also needed a whole pile of new clothes. And I needed a rainbow top, a unicorn backpack, and a unicorn notebook. And I got up to the checkout and the ladies are like, did you find everything you were looking for? And I'm like, yeah, and a whole bunch of stuff I wasn't looking for. In fairness though, a lot of it was on clearance and I had a 20% off coupon. But shoes, I went in just for shoes. These were marked at $10 but actually ended up costing me $113, and I consider myself lucky. Next, I spent $150 on a new hard drive. I really didn't think I had spent that much this month, but it's all coming out of the woodwork now. $150 was actually quite reasonable for this. Some of you may remember that I bought one of these a few months ago, an identical one, 8 terabytes. Well, that is now full. Yeah, that's what being a YouTuber will do to you. So now it has a twin. And I spent just over $400 on a sound bar thing. I don't know, it was for Sam, for his birthday. Not giving anything away there because he picked it himself, so he knows how much it cost. And lest anyone is horrified, we are not normally that extravagant with the gifts. Then we moved house, so I mercifully stopped spending so much money because hello, huge mortgage. And now for the book. So I picked this up at the library, like I said, even though I already have a zillion books checked out of the library because apparently I have a problem. It is The Art of Discarding by Nagisa Tatsumi. It is the book that inspired Marie Kondo's The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, which I love. So when I saw this, I had to read it. Here's the thing though, right? I actually did not enjoy reading this book. Did not like it, struggled to finish it. But I'm glad I did because there was one point that the author made that really stood out to me, something that I had never really considered before, something that has changed my world basically and has actually stopped me making some purchases since I read it. And that is, everything is waste. No matter what you buy, no matter how much you use it, no matter how much you love it, no matter if you keep it or recycle it or donate it, it's still waste. It will still end up in a landfill someday. That really struck me. I actually went into a Dollar Tree shortly after reading it and I walked out with only the things I went in for. So even though I actually didn't really like the book, it has changed my life in much the same way that the KonMari one has. Everything is trash, or will one day end up as trash. The less I buy, the less companies will produce. And even in producing things, there is a huge amount of waste. There is a huge amount of pollution, you know, excess materials, a lot of chemicals. You know, up until now, I have been thinking, well, if it sparks joy for me or if I will use it, then it's okay to buy it. And now, all I'm seeing is unnecessary trash. There might actually never be another one of these videos because I may never buy anything ever again. In total, I spent just under $2,300, but the flights and the birthday present were like the vast majority of that. If you want to know my 5 biggest money saving tips, then click on over to this video. I would be in the poorhouse if it weren't for these. Until next time, Karem Hila Mahagwev. Agus feki me shif shikalua. Slán.